Good evening, FASA fam. For those of you who don't know me, pretty sure y'all do. My name is Enzo Rilloraza, and I'm currently a freshman majoring in computer science and minoring in psychology. I'm one of the two freshman representatives, and I'm currently midshipman 4th class in the UMBC Naval ROTC Battalion. This semester, I'm running to become one of the two District 6 representatives on behalf of UMBC FASA. I believe that I have what it takes to fulfill and excel beyond all the responsibilities that becoming a D6 rep entails. So, for one of the main things that D6 does, well, I'm very capable of communicating and cooperating on UMBC FASA's behalf to the Filipino Intercollegiate Networking Dialogue Incorporated, which is what FINE.inc stands for. When I was in high school, I was highly involved in my school's SGA throughout all 4 years, even serving as public affairs officer and working to maintain the images and working relationships of my whole school and the main officers via social media and working relationships throughout the consortium area. I already have connections to several schools in D6, like CUA, Catholic University, and Towson University, as I'm not only childhood friends with other D6 reps, but I also knew a bunch of other higher ups, and I still talk to them on a daily basis. I will be able to attend D6 general body meetings and e-board meetings, because if there's a will, there's a way, right? I don't have a car on campus this semester, but I have it back home, and honestly, I'll be able to drive myself and others if it's open to anybody. So if you guys want to come out as well, then, and it's allowed, then I can definitely bring you guys. Delving back to our specific FASA fam, I can help and manage all D6 events that concern us as an organization. I had a lot of fun when I was part of the events myself, Semi for example, and I personally want to ensure that future events would be successful, as everyone deserves to really enjoy something like that. It's what really brought me into FASA even more than I was beforehand. For Pistahan, while we did have some support from other orgs on campus, I noticed that there weren't really many people that came from other D6 schools. And whereas it wasn't a D6 event, we did advertise and stuff, but nobody really felt much incentive to come through. Not that there should be, if you come, we'll give you a cookie, Nah. But yeah, in the future, I already plan to develop my relationships with other D6 representatives. And one positive that can really come out of that is that once the time comes for our own Pistahan, other D6 schools would be more inclined to come through to UMBC and show some love, because we already have that relationship going. As part of my responsibility to be a D6 rep and any role in general, communication is key. So I will collaborate and interact with other schools frequently through working relationships to get ideas. I have my phone on me all the time. And I'm very avid with texting and social media, so I'll be able to communicate no matter what. Fundraisers, asking for help when needed. For e-board, the number of people on e-boards shrinking down, right? There are other people in D6 rep. They have their own e-boards. Somebody might have some idea that they would be willing to share with us. It could improve them, but it could also improve us as well. So, best of both worlds, if anything. Ever since I became a freshman rep, I've always been involved with all or most FASA events, and I've also had key roles and successes with each job that I've had. I want to keep that going. Now, some of you already know this, but I'm going to address some issues that you guys might have with me, right? Myself and another FASA member here, we've completed pledging a fraternity last month called Lambda Phi Epsilon, which is an Asian interest fraternity and a non-Asian exclusive nonprofit organization. One benefit of that is that networking is everywhere, right? We have brothers all over the nation and sisters with AKD Phi, as Danita is part of. The point that I'm trying to get at is that since the organization's aims is to spread Asian awareness, FASA is what? At its roots, what is it? It's a Filipino cultural event, right? Or not even event, an organization. What? 4 minutes? 30 seconds? Ay, patay po. Oh well, so basically the point is if I become D6 rep and you consider me and my counterpart representing UMBC FASA, then we as an organization already have connections all over the DMV area. As Noel said, with his connections to internships and stuff, there's still events that we could benefit from. There are funds that we can get from donations, etc., and it'll benefit us. Now, honestly, I plan on staying with UMBC FASA for all of my college career. Like, I have a personal family history with UMBC FASA, and I don't want to let anybody down. It's not about mystery in the past that, like, D6 reps in the past would, like, fade out once they became D6 and they wouldn't care about FASA. But I plan on changing that, starting with something as simple as still staying active, still coming to, like, GBMs and EBMs whenever I'm allowed to. And I know that there are resources that we can utilize in the future, and I would like to bring all of that and bring it to FASA. So yeah, thank you.
Q&A?
Yes.
So FASA's turnout at events like Marienda, Dialogue, and Conference have been low over the past number of years. What ideas do you have to get more of a turnout at these events?
I have a question about that, actually. So D6 events, are they limited to only, like, Filipino organizations? No? Alright, perfect. So we have VSA on campus, right? That's another massive, like, turnout. Okay, VSA. We have CSA, though they don't really come out. Now that's only at FASA, right? Okay, I love them, honestly. Amanda's awesome. But, alright, so Marienda, right? Marienda, D6 events. Those are in the DMV area. Lambda Phi Epsilon, we're national. We have brothers everywhere. We can spread the word to everybody. And I know, personally, that there are a lot of Filipino orgs in other schools, not even D6, that are willing to come through and show their support. Because, like, the topics that are discussed at Marienda, Pistahan, etc., like, these are, like, real down-to-earth issues. For example, like, Pistahan, nagkakaisa, like, you didn't want to be alone, things like that. I remember going down to UNC Charlotte, or no, North, what was it? Yeah, UNC Charlotte, right? UNC Greensboro, my bad, I'm sorry. Charlotte.
Wow.
Anyways, like, there was a Filipino place on campus, and there are other orgs that were actually interested or, like, questioning, like, what was going on, things like that, but they didn't think that they were welcome. So basically, going back to, like, your question, why not just reach out to all orgs? Just talk to them. There's no harm in asking.
I get where you're coming about, like, getting other orgs to come to, like, D6 events, but we reach out to those type of orgs to come to our on-campus events,
And
they don't show up. But, like, I like the idea, but what is your tactic to have them go to something like D6 events? What is
Good
your,
question.
Rather than, like, getting the word out.
Getting the word out.
Like, yeah, other than that.
Honestly, all I thought of so far was literally just talking to them. It's one thing to talk to them on social media, be like, hey, can we post this on your page? But what if you actually face-to-face meet them? You know? It's different. For example, okay, I'm pretty sure this is, like, non-related, but if you're gonna, like, break up with someone or, like, ask somebody out, isn't it weird on text?
No. Get out of
Boy!
this guy.
But yeah, it seems more genuine and it's more heartfelt when it's coming face to face because you're actually looking the person in the eye and you're talking to them. Now, I know that's not physically possible to travel to all different states and all different orgs and talk to them, but I'd say it's a start. We have video chats and stuff. Instead of spamming them with texts like, hey, you should advertise this, this, and that, and then not really acting up about it, like you send one text and then you leave them hanging for about a month, like, nah. No. Yes, ma'am.
So you already talked about all the stuff you're involved in, and that's understandable. That's college. It's life. So going into the upcoming year, list all your priorities, starting with the most important.
Starting with the most important?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good point. All right. Very top priority, academics. Like, I'm not trying to fail. You know, I'm trying to graduate. So yeah, academics number one. UMBC, NROTC. That's why I'm here. Like, study computer science. I have scholarship for that. Third, FASA. I started with you guys. You guys are literally my family, and I don't really hang out with much other people besides you guys and my girlfriend. But like, yeah. Next, what's after that? Oh yeah. But yeah, my fraternity. It sounds like a stereotypical like, oh, shabra. Like, no, it's not like that. Those are literally all I'm involved in. Yes.
What is FASA's role in D6, or like what do you think FASAs? What do we get out of D6 by doing it?
UMBC
Other than,
FASA?
like, yeah, other than like, doing semi or, yeah.
One more question after Ryan.
True. Alright, so UMBC FASA, right? Yeah, we are under the big fat umbrella org, Find.Inc. What? Oh, sorry, I thought you were like roasting me. Sorry, Noah. Honestly, we are one of many orgs, and I think that our role is to not only like, how do I say this? Contribute to FASA and its people in general, but to people in other D6 schools. We can also learn from them as well. Like I said a while ago, they have their events and stuff, and there's some things we can pick up on. I don't have much of an answer that's like question besides that, but I'm really willing to like learn and find out more.
I mean, the way for you to answer the question is, I guess, why did you want to be D6 rather? Like, what made you want to take this position? What makes you want to be involved in this D6 position?
I want to learn more about what goes on in the higher working of things. You know, like I heard in the past that, oh, nice. I heard in the past that D6 has all these like resources and stuff, and there are a lot of events. There are more events that we as UMBC FAS can participate in, but we don't really hear about that. Because once the D6 rep goes off, they disappear and never come back.
It's of course it's a thing that D6 rep is not like actually technically on the keyboard and won't be obligated to go to keyboard meetings and etc. How do you plan on relaying like important information to keyboard? What exactly is that?
Okay, so from my experience on eBoard, I know that there are open eBoard like EBMs, and I plan on like visiting those. I have every single person on eBoard on Facebook Messenger, and I talk with them, so I can definitely relay information. Charlotte, oh sorry, wait, whoever the next president or like vice president is, I heard, not really heard, but I was taught, not really taught, but anyways, whatever, erase that. I was given the impression that in other like eBoard positions, or I guess eBoard organizations in other schools, whoever the D6 reps are, they report to the vice president or the president directly without telling everybody else, and that's how like there's like a chain of command going through to everybody, and they end out spreading information. So yeah, communication, texting, iMessage. Yes, Pablo.
Okay, so I have two questions. First one is, how well do you work with Lance?
Lance?
And do you have experience with working with him before?
Oh, yeah.
I do not have experience working with him, and my personal relationship with Lance is very intimate. Just kidding, it's pretty close. I'm close with him. I'm kidding. Like, I love Lance. Honestly, like, this guy's awesome. I really like him. I like his swag. He's funny. And he's pacing outside, which is kind of cute. And I'm looking at him, and he just did this to me. But yeah, that's unprofessional.
Okay, so technically, if there aren't enough votes for, say, you, then you wouldn't get the position.
I understand.
Even though there are 2 open positions available and there are 2 of you running for it, that isn't to say that you are like definite going to. Probably, but that isn't to say that. So with that being said, why should people vote for you instead of abstaining?
Why should people vote for me? I'm not leaving.
Nice.
Honestly, I'm not leaving. Like, I'm still staying here. Like, I'm still staying here, you know? I mean, some of my relationships with other people in FASA have been rocky in the past, but I still put my differences aside, and I've still worked with them on other things. Like, I'm not gonna give up just because of some petty argument, you know? FASA is an organization not for me, but for everybody else. You know, if I don't pull my weight, then who else is gonna do it? Yeah.
Thank you.